Hi guys. So you are going to be creating your own book jacket for the short story that we've read together. So this is a template. I've made a copy for each of you in Google Classroom. So when you go to today's assignment, you will just click on that template and open it, and then it is yours to edit and make your own. So this is what you are required to have on your template. So you have to replace each of these text boxes with the information for the short story. So short stories generally aren't published in a book form of their own, and they don't have a pretty cover, title, and all of this information to go with them. So you are going to imagine that instead of being a short story, it was a book or a novel, and you are going to create a book jacket for it. So here you will once you click in your own copy from Google Classroom, you're going to click and change this to the title of the story that we've read together. You're going to also add the title here on the spine of the book cover, and you're going to change the author. Okay, you're also going to add the author down here. In this space, you're going to add a picture or an image that represents something that happened in the story, or one of the characters, or a theme from the story, okay? And I'll show you some examples in just a minute. On the left side, you have a section that's about the author. So you're going to have to find a picture of the author to put over on the left, and find a couple facts about the author to put here. Down below that, you have an option. You can either choose to include your favorite quotes from the stories, so think 3 or 4 quotes that are your favorite from the story, or even one quote that's your favorite, or some dialogue that you liked. You could write a book review in this section, or you can write a preview of what's inside. You know, sometimes when you look at the back of a book and you're reading what it's about, you could put that here. So you have choices for just that section. The rest is required. You have to have something underneath this about author section, but you get to choose what it is. So you can either put quotes, a book review, so where you're writing about why someone should read the book or how you feel about that book, or you're going to write a quick little preview of what's inside. If you're writing a preview, you don't want to spoil the ending and tell them what happens at the end. You just want to give them a sneak peek. Okay, so the whole point of that section right there that you're choosing is to get somebody to want to read the book. If they were to look at this book cover, this book jacket, they would be like, oh, look at this. It looks like, you know how some people judge a book by its cover? So the point is to get them to want to read this story based on the book jacket that you create. So feel free to change the colors, to change the font, to change the size of everything. You can rearrange if you want to put the author's last name up at the top here, or make it your own, as long as you have all of these different parts. As long as you have the title on the front and the author on the front and an image on the front, as long as you have a title and author on the spine, you have an about author section with some facts and a picture, and then you have that extra section where you're writing something that will inspire people to want to read the book. As long as you have those different parts, you can create it however you want. Okay, so we'll look at some examples down below. These are also in your template. So notice, you know, the way that the author has made the colors here, the color schemes. Take a look here. In this section, they have their about author section on the right instead. Then you have some book reviews on the back. Okay, then they have the title and the author and an image that represents it. So this is one of the characters in that story. Here's another example. You have the about author section. Let's see. Yep, this is sort of like a quick sneak peek to what the story is about. Then you have the author and the title on the spine. On the front cover is the author and the title again, and then a picture. Here again, they have a picture of the character. Okay. And then there's some book reviews on the side there. Here's another example. Looks like another picture of a character, and you have the title and the author. Then you have some book reviews on the back, and a picture of the author with some facts about the author. And our last example here, I have not read this book, so I'm not really sure how this represents the story. But there's a picture of a cat on the front, and they have the title They have the author's name. There's a little book review there. See, they gave it 5 stars and had a little quote about why they liked it. Then they have, let's see. Okay, some quick descriptions of what the stories are about. This is a collection of short stories, and a picture of the author and some information about the author there. Okay, so go through those examples to get some inspiration. And get creative with it. And I know that, you're not, if you look for, you type up an image and you're looking for a character, these are not real people, so you're not going to be able to find them. Now, if you were doing Harry Potter, that's so widely known, of course you'd be able to find a picture of Harry Potter to put on your book cover. But you all are doing the stories that we read together. So think about the images that I used on the Pear Decks. I just picked clip art that I thought represented what I thought those characters might look like, okay? So get creative with it and make sure that you fill in all of the pieces and just have fun with it, okay? Please write me a private comment on the assignment if you have any questions, and I will try to get back to them as quickly as I can. Okay?